Why the tapes up there?
No clue.
Can we ignore them?
I don't know. James probably put that there.
Okay, I'll go.
Because I don't think they were there earlier.
Okay, I'm gonna call James. Hey, you know why those are here?
Because what's weird is it's not on this side. Okay. Hi. I'm good, how are you? I'm trying to wait before I actually sit to see if we're allowed to sit up here. No, I'm talking about that. That's why I'm like wondering why. Okay, okay.
Well, it is private, but anyone with the link should be able to access
it. One more.
No, not you guys. Not you. Wait, no, you know Graham's gonna say it. See, that's so bad.
All right. Hey, folks. Thanks for your patience. My name is James Becker. I'm the band director here at Wellington. And I am really excited to have the opportunity to welcome you to our upper school spring concert. It's going to be a fantastic show with our Blue Notes. We'll kick that off. Our string ensemble, the band, and then our choirs. So you're in for a wonderful evening of music. Thank you for being here to support our program, your kids, and all the other musicians we have here at Wellington. We're going to start off our part of the program here with the Blue Notes. We're going to be a wonderful piece by Charlie Parker. It's a bebop standard called Scrapple from the Apple. Finn Wheeler on the trombone. It's just a fantastic tune to play and work on. So one more hand real quick for switch our percussionists. I have two of them in there. One plays the vibes and one will play the kit. And we're going to bring up a wonderful, wonderful soloist. Annika Raganathan is going to jump up on stage with us here and perform with the Blue Notes. You guys are all familiar with Frank Sinatra. We're going to play a wonderful arrangement of Come Fly With Me. This is actually arranged by Quincy Jones. A lot of you may know that name as an arranger. He's a wonderful, wonderful guy. He got to start as a trumpet player back in the 40s and 50s, just a jazz band trumpet player. He became the guy that made Michael Jackson in a lot of ways. But he's really known for his jazz arranging stuff. It's just fantastic. Really tasty writing here for the horns. You'll hear kind of coming in and out underneath of the soloist all the way through. So I really hope you enjoy Come Fly With Me. Annika Raganathan. Mr. President. Bellis, yes. Alto saxophone. DJ Shelton, tenor saxophone, junior. Sherman Colligan, one of my advisors. He's a senior. Finn Wheeler, also one of my advisors. Senior. I love them. They give me the easy ones. Nick Shaver over here is a junior on our trombone. Finn Pickett, trumpet player, sophomore. Will Bernard, junior trumpet player. We got Maxwell Johnson, who's he's a strings player, but comes in and works with us in Blue Notes. And I'm so very thankful that Maxwell's here. He's one of our seniors as well, and we'll miss him a lot. In the back just now, Andrew Conley over here, been playing both vibes and drums. And finally, Zach Barton, who you're going to hear on pretty much every instrument that the school owns over the course of the evening. So thank you so much for your time here. We're going to get off stage and bring on the strings. Got to move some chairs and stands around. One more hand, please, for the Blue Notes.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm Emma Carson, I'm the director of Orchestras, and we're super excited to start with our first piece for you tonight. It is called the Capriole Suite. We're playing the first movement. It's a multi-movement piece. It is by a composer who wrote under the pseudonym Peter Warlock. His real name was Philip Heseltine. He was a British composer and music critic. He lived a very troubled life, and he actually chose the name Peter Warlock because of his interest in dark magic and things like that. So he is a very, very interesting guy. He died tragically at the age of 36, and his death is unsolved. It's an unsolved mystery. They don't know how he died. So he has a very troubled past, but he wrote some really great music, and we're going to play one of those pieces for you tonight. Please enjoy the Capriole Suite. our second piece for the evening is called Russian Sailor's Dance. It's by a composer named Glier. He was born in Ukraine, but then later lived in Russia. He died in Russia. This is a selection from a ballet. The ballet is called The Red Poppy. This is the most famous dance from this ballet. So you might recognize it, there might be a few people, but you should hear the pirates or the sailors kind of on their journey. There's a lot of tempo changes, a lot of upbeat, quick changes, a lot of 16th note passages in this piece. So we hope you enjoy the energetic Russian sailor's dance. time where we will acknowledge our senior members of the orchestra. This concert is very special for me, and these seniors are very special to me because they are my first ever graduating class as a teacher. So I'm super honored to have had the opportunity to work with them. They're all amazing, a pleasure to work with. Coming into a new school as a new teacher can be very nerve-wracking, and they were nothing but welcoming and positive, willing to try new things, and willing to tell me what they wanted to do, what they wanted out of the class. So I am so thankful to have gotten to work with this amazing group of seniors. Seniors, when you hear your name called, you can go accept your flower from Mr. Becker. I'm going to talk a little bit about each of them. I'm going to brag about them because they're very amazing. First up is Nectarios Michaelidis. Nectarios. Nectarios has a lot of fans. Nectarios will be attending Carnegie Mellon, where he'll be majoring in political science. During his time at Wellington, he was a quiz team leader, a bowler, on student council, and an OIG senator. He started playing violin around age 5 before joining the Wellington Orchestra in 5th grade. His favorite music memory from Wellington is playing rock music with Mark Wood on an electric violin. So Nectarios has been, I don't know if you've noticed, if you've been to every single one of our concerts, he has played a solo in every single one of our concerts this year. He's a leader, he's an amazing musician, he's also an amazing student and a phenomenal person. It's been an honor to work with him. So thank you, Nectarios. Next up is Stephen Rosen. Stephen will be attending the Virginia Military Institute to major in International Studies and National Security. He plans on commissioning through U.S. Army ROTC. He was a debatriate leader for 2 years. He started violin in the 4th grade. He's a 4-year member. Both of these people are 4-year members of the orchestra, if I'm correct. Stephen's favorite memory was playing in a concert with Mark Wood. I've seen some similarities. Give it up for Stephen one more time. And I won't reveal the contents of his speech, but Stephen has been a really wonderful leader in this class as well. He's very witty and clever. He jumps in with jokes and helps lighten the mood all the time, which we appreciate. And he gave a very inspiring speech to all of us before this concert. So we'll keep that in the orchestra room. But it was very meaningful and inspiring to our younger players on stage. So thank you, Stephen. Next up is Sabrina Bong. Sabrina will be attending, and if I'm correct, she just made her decision last night. She will be attending UC Berkeley to major in English and Environmental Studies. Sabrina was a 4-year stage manager and production manager of Wellington Theater. She's a 4-year Blue Key member, 3-year member of OIG, 2-year member of the Ohio Junior Classical League, and a 4-year member of the tennis team. She's a very busy student. Sabrina started playing cello at age 9 in 4th grade and has loved it ever since. And shocker, her favorite music memory was the Mark Wood concert in her freshman year. Sabrina says Mark Wood has, quote, unbelievable aura. So some of you may know this, some of you may not know this. Sabrina is not even actually enrolled in this class. Sabrina learns the music on her own time and then comes to perform with us in the concerts because we only have one other cellist in the group. So we are so appreciative of Sabrina for giving up her time to come play with us. And she has been such a wonderful musical leader in this group, and we're so glad to have had her this year. Last but not least, Maxwell Johnson. Maxwell Johnson has been a part of various levels of Wellington String Orchestra since he joined in 4th grade to play the bass. However, strings is not the only extracurricular activity he's participated in. He's been a member of the cross-country team for 4 years, a 3-year member of the Ohio Youth in Government, a founder and leader of Model UN, the head of the Upper School Theater's sound department, later an actor, joined the productions. Lastly, he's also been a bass player with the Wellington Blue Notes since his junior year. Maxwell now turns his attention towards his future studies at Kenyon College, where he will major in international studies. Some of you might not know this, being a bass player is very difficult because you're usually in a very small section, and they are the foundation of all of our pitch, and that is how I would describe Maxwell. He's dependable, he's reliable, he's always there, he's like a solid foundation of this group, and I'm so grateful to have had the opportunity to work with him. All the music he does is amazing. You saw him in the Blue Notes, all around awesome. All of my seniors, it's been so wonderful to work with you. Give it up one more time for Maxwell. For our last piece tonight, rather appropriately, since we are saying goodbye to our seniors, we'll be playing the Ashokan Farewell. Zach will be joining us on piano. Nectarios will also be playing a solo. This piece has a lot going on. This piece is famous for being part of a documentary series on the Civil War. Most people, when they hear about the Ashokan Farewell, they think of the Civil War era. But it also has been used as a farewell and a goodbye for a long time. That was one of the ways it's got its start, was they would have dances and things like that. And this would be the song they would play at the end of all the dancing, at the end of the night. And it was a sorrowful goodbye, but also hopeful and looking forward to the future. So this is kind of how we are saying goodbye to our seniors and wishing them a hopeful and bright future, because we know they're going to do amazing things. Please enjoy Ashokan Farewell. Thank you so much. This has truly been such a wonderful year with this group of musicians. And again, seniors, we wish you all the best. I know you will go on to do amazing things. I'm so thankful to have had the opportunity to work with you. And you will always be my first seniors ever. So know that. That's going to be part of my teaching story forever. We are now going to move on to the band. So please be patient while we have a quick setup change, and then we'll move on to the band.
patience. We're actually waiting for one member who had to take a quick pit stop, so we'll be right back. But it'll be worth it because he's a wonderful musician and he's going to add to it. We're doing so much. So, real quick, shout out one more time to our string ensemble who have gotten so much better and sound just brilliant. So way to go, all of you guys. My name is James Becker. I'm going to start our band section here. We always play a chorale to begin. Normally we would sit in a little while before we play and the muscles get a little tight. So the first thing we're going to walk through is not actually on our program we play. It's just a series of chorales. Basically at every class period we come in and I pick a new key or something. Please sight read. So we're going to go ahead and play that chorale, then I'll come right back out and start the actual band portion of the show. Thanks for that. That's a really, really good thing for us to work on getting our ears attuned to where we are with this space. It's such a different room to play in than the main room, so it's good to hear that and get things moving. So we're going to start our part of the concert now with a piece by composer Carol Britton Chambers. This is a newer piece of music. She's a wonderful composer, kind of a newer composer that we have. The piece that we're going to play is called Kalos Eidos, root words, Greek words for kaleidoscope. And you'll hear in that kind of a musical depiction of that kind of an idea of all these just little tiny bits of sound, in this case, kind of like the tiny little crystals you have in that kaleidoscope. They're just tumbling over and over each other all the way through. It starts off with a really simple thing in the marimba that gets a pulse. You hear the flutes come in with this 3-note figure that just kind of dances around, and little by little we add more colors, more kind of shapes, more crystals into what we're doing. Shifts back and forth between a couple of key signature time signatures, so you'll feel these pulses kind of change, kind of in and out a little bit with some of the tempos. It's a lot of fun to play and work on for this, so hope you enjoy Kalos Eidos. So that piece is just really a joy, an absolute joy to be able to put together with these guys to play all that bouncing. It's just really, really fun. I normally wouldn't do this. I should learn from my colleagues and actually do it because I'm hoping it will be helpful. I'm going to try to get through this next part. This is a challenging piece of music for us. I'm going to actually read something rather than talk because I wouldn't make it through. So we're going to play a piece next for you. It's perhaps my favorite composition for the concert band idiom. It's called American Elegy by composer Frank Ticelli, he was a composition teacher at USC in Southern California. And Mr. Ticelli wrote this piece. He was asked by the Columbine Commissioning Fund. Many of you are aware of the Columbine High School shooting that happened now half my lifetime ago, 26 years ago. I was a grad student at the University of Colorado at the time, just a little ways up the road, and a lot of my colleagues, other students there, kind of formed a commission to fund a piece to commemorate the students and the 12 students that were killed and the faculty as well. So here we go. This is Mr. Ticelli's words. An American Elegy was commissioned by the Columbine Commissioning Fund, a special project sponsored by the Alpha Iota chapter of Kappa Kappa Psi at the University of Colorado on behalf of the Columbine High School Band. Contributors to the fund included members, chapters, alumni, and other friends with Kappa Kappa Psi and Tau Beta Sigma. These are the two different music fraternities that we have in the colleges around the country. The work itself received its premiere performance by the Columbine High School Band with William Biscup, who was their director. Frank Ticelli, the composer, was the guest conductor on April 23rd, 2000. So that was a year and 4 days after the incident actually occurred in 1999. Its premiere served as a centerpiece of a special commemorative concert given by the Columbine High School Band in conjunction with the University of Colorado Wind Symphony, held at Mackey Hall in Boulder, Colorado. An American Elegy is above all an expression of hope. It was composed in memory of those who lost their lives at Columbine High School on April 20th, 1999, and to honor the survivors. It's offered as a tribute to their great strength and courage in the face of a terrible tragedy. I hope that the work can serve as one reminder of how fragile and precious life is, and how intimately connected we all are as human beings. I was moved and honored by this commission, and was deeply inspired by the circumstances surrounding it. Rarely has a work revealed itself to me with such powerful speed and clarity. The first 8 bars that you'll hear were the main melody that came to me fully formed in a dream. Virtually every element of the work afterwards was discovered in the span of, a 2-week time. The remainder of my time was spent refining, developing, and orchestrating the piece. The work begins at the very bottom of the ensemble's register, and you'll hear it ascend gradually to a heartfelt cry of hope. The main theme that follows is stated initially by the French horn, and it reveals a more lyrical, serene side of the piece. The second theme, that's based on a simple repeated harmonic pattern, suggests yet another, more poignant mood. These 3 moods, hope, serenity, and sadness, become intertwined throughout the work, defining its complex, expressive character. A 4-part canon builds to a chromatic quotation of the Columbine alma mater. The music proceeds, and an offstage trumpeter the music proceeds, and an offstage trumpeter is heard, suggesting a celestial voice, a heavenly message. The full ensemble returns the final exalted statement of the main theme. Personally, my voice. Personally, I wanted to have I've wanted to program this piece for many years. I've found so much joy with this as we prepared it. I think you'll pick up on that as we play. I hope you find it as profoundly beautiful as I do. It's a musical message. The power of hope and the value of community. It almost thanks for sticking through us, for sticking with us for all of that really, really wonderful piece of music. Truly, it's a piece I've wanted to play for many, many years, and this is the first time I think I got to a spot where I had an ensemble, where I could get the players where we needed and get them to be able to respond and listen, and they're so flexible, so quick to pick up on nuance, and it's so much fun. I hope you enjoyed that, but I want you to know nobody had more fun than I did. Thank you all. Thank you so very, very much for that. Okay, so now we're at the part where I'm supposed to normally cry. So I'm going to try to get through that. I tried again to write some notes to see if I could keep myself on the straight and narrow, but I delayed in doing that. So about halfway through, you recognize I didn't write anything yet, and that's where I'm really going to lose my stuff. So I apologize in advance on that. So anyway, here goes. We have 7 seniors in the band this year, 5 of whom I've taught for 8 years, and the other 2 I've taught for 7. So I've known all of them since they were substantially shorter than I am, and none of them even answer or anywhere near my height. So, right? So as an advisor for the class of 2025 too, I feel particularly close to these guys. I've seen them in just so many places all the way through their upper school time, from their freshman year moving through, and how much they've grown as individuals, as young men. It happened 7 boys, all the way through. They've taken, this group of people has really taken full advantage of everything that Wellington is and everything Wellington offers. I'm just fortunate that my class is one of those things they took advantage of. So let's see here. They've been excellent leaders, committed to our success as a band, and they always put in just a little bit more time to make sure and ensure that they've got their part down just right as we move from rehearsal to rehearsal. And each of these guys, there's been a lot of individual one-on-one time with them, and them coming and saying, hey, can we look at this, Becker? Can we fix this? Can we get that? I got this. Send a recording, something like that. They do that all in the regular, all the time, and that's just really wonderful. It makes them great, great leaders in our band. Okay, so it's been a genuine pleasure to play a role in their experience at Wellington, and I want to thank them for being such a valuable part of my experience here. So with that, I'm going to start with the president himself, Mr. Isaac Brady. Big props, by the way, to Ms. Carson for getting our school colors and the flowers this year. These are really thoughtful. Okay, so Isaac, I can't recall another student with a smile like Isaac's. It's like, when he smiles, his whole face is there with him on. It's fantastic. And he's had that since he was a little guy. So Isaac has brought a joyful energy to our band room for years, from his early days in middle school right through to his time in the Blue Notes. For many years, you've heard him take tons and tons of solos. He's got such a great ear and a great feel for playing. And then, of course, all he's done being in our band as well. Isaac's commitment to our school is clear in so many ways. As an athlete, as a student advocate, and as our student body president. I'm so thankful this commitment extended to our time here in the band, because we are a much better group because of Isaac's present work with us. So thanks, brother. Okay, Charlie Lanning. In a small school like ours, flexibility and a willingness to take on a new challenge really is key. And I am so grateful that Charlie was open to a move when he was much younger, from cornet, which is what he played when he walked in the door as a 6th grader, to being in our trombone section. It has been a real help to us as a band. I'm always trying to navigate balance, and for him to do that has been great. Charlie has grown over years here. I lost my place, and I guess that's a drawback in writing things down, right? So anyway, he's grown into a really, really strong player with a beautiful sound. One aspect of Charlie's character that I truly appreciate is his sincerity. Charlie is one of those people, you know Charlie will follow through on everything he says and does. Innocuous little things, he's there every point in time. It's a point of pride for Charlie. So much it's so innate within him, I'm not sure he actually recognizes it. But Charlie is the kind of guy that you can always trust. Count on, he will be there for you. He always, within what he does with our band, is constantly making these massive, meaningful contributions to the group, to our classmates, to our teammates, right? All your sports and everything else that he does. Charlie's like a backbone structure in so much of our senior class. When I watch him, I love this guy, and I'm going to miss him enormously. Thank you, Charlie. Shivam Kalyan. So you guys know that the life of a drummer in a band can be pretty challenging. You're often stuck counting entirely too many measures of rest. And just when you're about to play, I stop and fix something in the clarinet section and go right back to counting those same measures of rest. So I wanted to apologize publicly to Shivam and really to all y'all in the back there. So I try to avoid it, but I see myself doing it all the time. So anyway, to Shivam and the rest of you, thanks. I apologize and appreciate your patience, especially on the last piece. All right, so where was I? Oh yeah, so despite that, and despite all of the other draws on Shivam's time, because this is, unlike many of our players, they just really, really extended, they do everything. In spite of that, he's always proven to be a rock in this group. In our band, Shivam is somebody that I can count on at every point in time. He's laying it down day after day after day, and if he isn't, he's showing up working with me immediately to get that done. And what I love about that with Shivam in particular is how he kind of anticipates that, right? He's there early, he's making sure it's right so that he recognizes how important that is to everyone else's progress within the group. And that's a really, really fantastic trait to have, to be right on front of things and following through at all times. Yeah, this is what I have. Driven to really master each new challenge. I loved particularly the fact that he'd send me these recordings like late at night. We'd talk about a spot that wasn't quite going right, and he'd send something in that night. Mr. Becker, I've been working on this, can you tell me what I did? He just does that like out of course. I think that's just really, really brilliant. I try my best to give him something back. So, let's see, what else do I have in there? You know, Shivan's been our Blue Notes drummer forever, about 3 years, the Blue Notes, is that correct? Sits down whenever we have to play a pep band thing, he drops in. We don't rehearse the pep band music except the day of the concert because we don't have time. He sits down and he holds the band together, smiling and grinning all the way through in the back, nonstop. He's one of them really, really kind-hearted, just devoted and wonderful human beings. The first of the group that's my advisee, and I've loved having him in that capacity and watching him grow since he became a 6th grader all the way through to now. Without you guys, I'm not going to say anything about your colleges because I actually don't recall all of them. But I knew that Shivam got another acceptance on his way in here because it's really, really fantastic. Thanks, man. I'll really miss you a lot. Shout out to Chandra, Shivan's father, who sends me wonderful musical things all the time, and I appreciate them so much. I read them constantly. Okay, so here we go. Cohen Kwok. Cohen's another one I've known for years and years, and you can see now I don't have anything else written down because I ran out of time, so I'll apologize in advance if I lose my stuff. Cohen's kind of like, it's crazy because he's just the most kind-hearted, nice person, brilliant, fast as heck. You've probably seen him run, he's incredible. But he's also, he's like the smiling assassin. He's always where he needs to be at the right time, and he's just got it on lockdown at every point in time. Doesn't matter what it is, Cohen's there, he's got your back, he's got everything at every point. He is always listening. Even in the ensemble, when we sit, the band's kind of spread out. Some of my drummers, they're fortunately like 50 feet away from me in the band room. Cohen's right underneath me, he's been there the entire time, and he's the one that grabs a pencil up every time, marks something, listening, looking up and down. He's right there, he's just in the moment, and that's the thing I guess that I think about with Cohen a lot. He is so completely here, in his place, whether it's running chess clubs, you know what time it is, right? It's chess o'clock, yeah, he's doing that. I went to a lot of cross-country and track meets, and it was fascinating to watch Cohen just lead people in the dust and look comfortable doing it. He's a wonderful clarinet player, really just one of the nicest people I've come across, so thank you so much. I miss you. Particularly connected to. He's my advisee, and I have known him since he was shorter than me at one point in time. But Donovan, gosh, how do we get into Donovan? This is a kid who never believes that he's done enough, and I mean that in a manner that he's always looking to improve upon the last thing he did. And it's grown, it's come in a matter of confidence as you've grown over time. And watching you move from your freshman year particularly up to where you are now as a senior and seeing the young man you've become, I'm just blown away. I'm so impressed by him. And you've seen his artwork probably, and hanging out around, and you guys are down here in the front, of course, you've seen all that stuff. He's a really brilliant artist. And I'm so amazed by the talent he shares there, and I'm so appreciative of the hard work that he puts in as a flute player. I think, in reality, reality. Donovan would love to get right into the art that he's doing, the writing, and just that's where he wants to spend his life. But he knows how valuable he is into this group. He knows how valuable he is to me, and he's made a point to stay all the way through, which takes a lot of finagling and jumping, as all of you guys know, to stay in a program like this for 4 years at Wellington. It's not easy for any of you guys that have done it. I know you've gone out of your way to do it, and it means a lot to me. Last year we had another flute player graduate, really wonderful player. London was very nervous about having to play solos, and so I lied to him and told him I wouldn't program any. We've had 3 or 4 big ones just tonight, and listening to his tone grow, his confidence grow, his musicality, his awareness of what he's doing with everyone else, it's just fascinating to watch, and I appreciate that so very much, buddy. I miss you a lot. In our band this year, Asher is really our bass voice. Our tuba player is doing hockey stuff and he wasn't able to stay in the band. So Asher's been holding that down all by himself. I didn't say anything, I haven't said anything before. I haven't said anything to you beforehand, but if you notice, that piece that we just finished playing, the American Elegy, starts with one single voice, and it's Asher's. Asher, I think, would be the first one to tell you, this is not a class where he puts all of his life into it. He is here because he likes to be here. I don't imagine you're going to play a lot more bass clarinet in your life when you get on out of here and you get into college. I expect that's probably the case, right? But I say that because he never missed that. Every rehearsal, every time, every point, he's a rock. Locked in and solid, and it was so cool to see that. And as someone that has played for many, many years, and I struggle with anxiety when I perform, he absolutely crushed it. And it's so cool to be able to look back there and smile and just give him that little thing, and bang, it comes in perfectly every time. Thank you for doing that, and thanks for all of these 8 years, man. Best of luck. Finn Wheeler, he's back from the restroom again. So, as I said, I went really intentionally with this through an alphabetical thing so I could kind of just navigate, and I did leave Finn as last. Finn is the last of 3 different Wheeler brothers who have come through and made just an indelible mark on our band program over really a 10-year span of time. So I met Finn as a 5th grader, came in, and he was just absolutely like a ball of energy, laughing, giggles everywhere, going this direction, that direction, everywhere, all the time when he was in here. Watching these, he's kind of grown. Finn has turned himself into just this phenomenal young human being. He's witty, he's thoughtful, his fashion sense is like tops. Always. Finn always has a smile. He is always positive. Doesn't matter how hard the thing is. I've asked him how small it is, how mediocre, whatever. Yeah, it's pretty all right. I got that. He's always right there. So watching cross country, Finn's, I always call him Cadillac. Because he'd get out and he'd just get himself up to speed and just bang. And he just grew. And it was so much fun. Everybody else got out there working, and Finn is just dialed. Just going all the way through. You've heard him play a lot of solo trombone stuff over the years, and you may be aware, one thing that Finn really does that's great for us is he moves back and forth between that trombone and the baritone, which have some similarities, but physically are quite different when they play. And for me, again, as a small school program, it's fantastic that I can find a place that I need him to cover this, and he jumps over and covers that, and he does it immediately with aplomb, with massive skill. I can't get over that first concert with all the fingering stuff we did. It's nothing seems to be too hard for him when we play. And again, at every point in time, he's happy to work, he's wanting to work. I'll walk in the office, sometimes he'll sit down, he's playing piano, just working out jazz chords all by himself to do that. He never stops. Music is really, really something that seems innate. It's a big part of him, his life, and who he is, and we, as a band, have benefited enormously from having Finn Wheeler in our group. So, thank you so much, and I will really miss you too. For my juniors in a minute, see if I get all the way through. So, I made it. Okay, we're gonna get to our last piece of music now, which is a really, really great piece. I hope you enjoy this. Robert Sheldon's Danzas Cubanas is kind of a 3-segment work, a fast section, slow section, and fast section moving right through. You're going to hear a lot of solos as we go through this particular piece of music. Up-tempo, percussion stuff, I gave him something that since the last piece didn't have a lot. So we'll get ourselves right into that, and then we'll move everything out and bring our choirs in. So again, thank you for your patience, for your support, your kindness. Parents of our 7 seniors that we have in here, thank you for encouraging them to stay through the program all the way through. It is enormously meaningful. That's how we build what we do. The reason we get here is because of that continuity. So thank you very much for all of your support, and so many of you guys I know well too. I'm going to miss you all, so don't be strangers. Here we go, Robert Sheldon's Danzas Cubanas. That thing has about 6,000 different sounds in it. There we go. It's worth it. the stage off and bring out the choir.
have been the director of vocal music here at Wellington for the past 2 years. I am so thankful and excited to be standing before you with such an amazing group of students. Over the past few months, they have worked incredibly hard to prepare the music that you will hear tonight. Some of these pieces have served as a fun and creative outlet, while others have really challenged the singers to hone their listening skills and their vocal technique. But overall, I am just so proud of their growth this year. Before I move on, I want to acknowledge David McMahon, who is playing piano with us. He has spent lots of rehearsals here all day, every day, preparing for the concert, so I want to take a moment to recognize him before we begin. I also want to express my deep gratitude for the past 3 years at Wellington. As I move forward in my professional journey, what I will carry most with me is the relationships that I have built with these students. I've had the privilege of working with many of them for all 3 years, and it has been such a joy to watch them grow and mature. Goodbyes are never easy, but in moments like this, I always remind myself how lucky I am to have so many people in the community whom I will miss. That's a privilege. To begin our program, the 9th grade choir will begin, and they will perform Feeling Good, which is a song that was made iconic by Nina Simone. With its bold declaration of personal freedom and joy, this piece has become an anthem of empowerment. And as we sing it tonight, we celebrate the feeling of renewal, strength, and stepping into a new day with confidence. The piece will begin with a solo by Lily Anderson. Enjoy.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. We're running free, you know how I feel. Us on a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling Dragonfly out in the center sun, what I'm
composed by Namibian musician Cedric Howaseb. It is sung in Ochiherero, one of the indigenous languages of Namibia. Muhona is a song of gratitude and reverence. It celebrates life, the beauty of creation, and the wisdom of elders. Talking to the Moon, which is a ballad about longing, distance, and the hope that someone somewhere is listening. This song gives voice to the quiet conversations we sometimes have when we feel alone. The solos will be sung by Leah Soskin and Jackson Remley. ninth grade choir, and the advanced ensemble. Composed by Eric Whitaker and based on a poem by Rudyard Kipling, this piece was originally written for a proposed animated adaptation of The White Seal, which was a film that was never made because the studio chose to pursue Kung Fu Panda instead, which I get it. With its flowing melodies and a lot of dissonance, this piece offered a really beautiful challenge for all of the students. It really holds a special place in my heart too, because I sang it my sophomore year of high school and my friends and I loved it more than anything. So I just hope you enjoy it. We will begin with Non Nobis Domine by Rosefania Powell. This is an a cappella piece featuring Latin text and quick, energetic rhythms that the students have really enjoyed learning.
Non nobis Domine tu, ora gloriam, 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 non nobis Domine, non nobis Domine,
have been requesting a Hosier song since the beginning of the year. So I was really thrilled to finally include one in this concert. Sunlight is a powerful poetic piece that explores devotion, comparing love to the force of the sun. This a cappella arrangement features complex layers of harmony, and I'm really incredibly proud of these students for embracing the challenges. Throughout the piece, you will hear three soloists. You will hear Rhea Young, Jaden Talbot-Ford, and Annika Raghunathan. Please enjoy.
Hey, been lost to you, sunlight. Flew like a moth to you, sunlight, oh, sunlight. Oh, your love is sunlight. Oh, your love is sunlight, but it is sunlight. All the tales the same, told before and told again. A soul that's born in cold and rain, no sunlight, sunlight. At last can grant a name to a buried and burning flame that's love and its decisive pain. Oh, my sunlight, sunlight, sunlight. All that was shown to me, sunlight. Something foreknown to me, sunlight, oh, sunlight. All your love is sunlight. All your love is sunlight, but it is sunlight. All your love is sunlight. All your love is sunlight, but it is sunlight. Sunlight. With me, know that I would gladly be the Icarus to your certainty. Oh, my sunlight, sunlight, sunlight. Strap the wing to me, a death trap clad happily. With wax melted, I'd meet the sea under sunlight, sunlight, sunlight. All your love is sunlight. All your love is sunlight, but it is sunlight. All your love is sunlight. All your love is sunlight, but it is sunlight. All your love is sunlight. All your love is sunlight, but it is sunlight. All your love is sunlight. All your love is sunlight, but it is sunlight. Sunlight, 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 sunlight.
All right, it's time to honor our seniors. Thank you, Mrs. Carson. Okay, we have two seniors in this ensemble. I have had the pleasure of working with both of them, both through this year and last year as well, when they voluntarily joined the first iteration of this advanced ensemble that met during lunch times, and these two individuals were particularly dedicated to being there and being leaders in that group and being leaders in this group now. And I am just so thankful to have had the chance to work with them. Segal Judd is our first senior that I'm going to talk about. Segal. Segal, you are one of the most passionate people I have ever met. Not only are you an incredibly hard worker who brings your full effort to everything you do, but you are also an incredibly kind and genuine person who treats everyone with a deep respect. And I am so grateful for the opportunity to have worked with you. Jaden Talbot-Ford is our other senior in the choir. You are another exceptionally passionate and dedicated student in person. Your care and commitment are evident in everything you do, and your presence has a powerful impact on everyone around you. I think that you are a fierce advocate for others and for yourself, and I feel so lucky to have shared this musical journey with you. Okay, as we come to the end of our concert, we leave you with Time After Time. This iconic ballad by Cyndi Lauper might be familiar to many of you. When I introduced it to them, I thought it was going to be a hit or a miss, and surprisingly, they all were obsessed, which was great. This song speaks to loyalty, connection, and the quiet strength of showing up for someone again and again. In many ways, it reflects what we've experienced together this school year: growth, trust, and the joy of making music as a community. And I can speak to what it has been like to teach this group of people. It definitely has felt like a community for me and for them, and I'm just so lucky that I have had the opportunity to work with this group of people. They mean so much to me. So please enjoy this last piece. us for Dave McMahon. Thank you all so much for being here and for supporting the arts. You have lots of ways in which you can choose to spend your time, and we really appreciate you showing up for the arts tonight. Have a great night. Thank you.